If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. I've recently went against, something I normally do, and I have showed you different things that I have done with my camper, how I set it up. First of all, I showed you how I built it and the inside, so I kind of gave you a tour of it. Showed you how I run my electric system. It's all homemade with components you can buy from Walmart. I've showed you how I heat my camper. I've showed you my refrigerator. So there's been a lot of things that I have shown you that I normally don't do. And the reason is, and this is a very, very, very important reason, is there are so many folks that want to come out and live this lifestyle that don't understand some of these systems. I feel like it's my responsibility to ensure that I'm not confusing the situation. Because there's so many things you could be doing that my system could confuse those systems. For example, something I know that nobody agrees with that I do. I connect my house battery to my car battery. I recognize that when I run my appliances, my car battery is also being drained. A lot of people will tell me as soon as I say that, you need to buy an isolator so that doesn't happen. Well, the thing is I want to use my car battery. I understand the risk of that. I understand that I could wake up one morning and my batteries be dead, can't start my engine. So it's all very confusing. If I don't give you every detail of every scenario, it confuses people. In this particular case, one, I never let my battery get that low. I always recharge it at 12.3 volts. If it were to go dead, if for some reason I fail to charge my battery, I can always charge it with the generator. I can get the thing started. I recognize that the battery will not last as long as it would just being used as a car battery. Using it as a house battery and a car battery, it will die sooner, I get it. But the cost is negligible. $100 a year if I had to replace it a year. Talking about batteries, I explained to you that my battery started venting off gas. And of course, everybody's very concerned, and I appreciate the concerns. But again, it's a risk that I'm willing to take. It's a risk versus reward situation. But the thing is there's options out there that, people tell me about all the time, and I completely agree. But you can buy an AMG battery, a lithium battery, a deep cell battery like I have. The question is unless you're a battery expert, which battery should you get? To me, I like what I do. But for you, that could be very confusing and would take tons and tons of time to research. Inverters. I told you I have a modified sine wave inverter that I bought at Walmart. And I know that I will never need a true sine wave inverter, but do you know? It's very important to understand. My refrigerator. My refrigerator is just standard Walmart refrigerator. Bought it at $160. It has a freezer, an actual freezer, and an actual refrigerator. It's an actual dorm size refrigerator. It freezes food, down to 0 degrees. It's a perfect refrigerator. I love the refrigerator. It's perfect. But would it be good for you? A lot of YouTubers out there saying you need a 12-volt refrigerator, and the cost would be so much higher to me if you got it. So risk versus reward. I love my refrigerator. Does it take more electric than a 12-volt? But I'm willing to use the extra electric to have the convenience of that nice, cheap, inexpensive refrigerator. It may go out every year, and I buy one every 10 years. Yeah, 10 years, that for one cost of a 12-volt refrigerator, then I might have to replace regularly too. So all these things the way out. Heater, there's another one. Nobody likes the way I heat my camper. I don't think I've heard anybody say, hey, that's a good idea. And that's fine. If you're wanting to heat differently, then by all means you should. I personally think I'm doing very well with my heater. The heat cost is very negligible. The camper. You know, I get a lot of comments, I really do. It says, oh, you did a fine job on that camper. It'll do you a really good job. It'll do a great job for you for years. And I agree. I think it's a great camper. I love my camper. If something's wrong with it, man, tear it apart, go to Lowe's, get another part, put it back on, paint it, it's done. Here's the thing. Unless you're an expert in every subject that I just mentioned, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to change your mind and it's going to cost money. I mean, you might be an expert on batteries, but you may not be an expert on heaters or refrigerators. So you get out here and you do trial and error and you learn. Solar panels would be another one. I think there might be an argument for a lot of folks out here that you may be better off in buying, if you're going to come out here and live, you may be better off in buying an actual RV, Class C or something like that, instead of building one. Because when you build one, it doesn't come with a technical manual. Or if you have someone else build it, that's another thing. Someone else build it for you. You know, I know there's a van build out in Arizona every year. They come out and help you build your van. I guess they put electric on it and all kinds of things. But if you don't understand how to maintain that electric system, or a 12-volt refrigerator, or your heater, then you might run into problems that you're going to have to fix later on. The nice thing about my camper is to me, it's what I know. I know everything about that camper, and if something goes wrong, I can fix it. The Class C comes with its own electric, switches from shore power to battery power all by itself. It's got its own generator. So that would be something you wouldn't have to learn. It's already there. There's just a ton of options. And unless you're comfortable with everything that you've built and you understand everything you built, you might want to just go buy an actual RV. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video and happy travels.